One of the primary applications of the UF1 is to control the SSL Meter plugin and deliver key information on your mix without cluttering your DAW view. We can access meter mode in two different ways. If you are on your DAW layer, then simply toggle to the yellow mode. You can also toggle into the meter mode when UF1 is assigned to the plugin mixer layer, but more on this later. As I insert the SSL Meter plugin onto my mix bus in the DAW, it automatically appears on the UF1 screen. We can toggle through the three different views of the meter plugin directly from the UF1 overview, to the analog meters, to the 31-band real-time analyzer. The meter plugin is also mirrored in the SSL 360 plugin mixer sidebar above the bus compressors. Back to UF1. The reset button clears any overloads or max values. Fine puts the VPOTs into a finer resolution for dialing in precise parameter values, and the preset button allows me to quickly load my meter plugin presets directly from the surface. The first VPOT always allows me to select from any of the 8 possible meter plugins that are connected to 360. In the overview screen, on the left, we can see instantaneous peak and RMS levels on the meters, and we can change the scale by cycling through the parameters via the second VPOT, with various linear, non-linear and K-system options. The next VPOT gives us control of the RMS integration time, which can be reset to default by clicking on the VPOT. The meter readout in the centre of the screen gives me a precise text feed to understand the meters, with max and current readouts for both peak and RMS levels. To the right of the screen we have the Lysergiu phase scope, along with stereo balance and phase correlation meters above and below. The fourth VPOT allows me to change the fade rate of the Lysergiu. I can use the page right arrow to get to the peak hold time and to set whether true peak metering is on or off. Moving to the analog view, we're presented with a VU meter readout by default, a trusted metering method for analog balances used in music studios for years. The VU meter display uses 2 needles to give insight to your mix, with the black needle displaying the current level and the red needle the max level. Amongst the parameters for the VU meter, we have the choice of picking between the +4 dBu 0 VU standard or the -2 dBu 0 VU standard. And to the right of that we have the reference level on the fourth VPOT, which allows us an easy way of tweaking the VU's operation to suit your preferred gain staging in the DAW. If you are using a VU meter as a critical part of your hybrid mixing system, then you would set the reference level to match your digital to analog converter's operating level. For example, for a +18 dBu system, set the reference to -18. Then if you use a signal generator to send a sine wave of 4 dBs higher, i.e. -14 dBFS, you'll see the VU readout as 0. Moving to the second parameter page, we have options for the max needle, allowing us to switch it off, give it a 2-second hold, or move it to an infinite max reading. The third VPOT gives us the option to change the VU from monitoring left and right to mid-side, and finally on the fourth VPOT we can dial in a global delay for the meter plugin, should you need to manually compensate for differing latencies across multiple DAW buses. Finally, moving back to the first page of the soft keys, you can switch from VU to PPM with the second VPOT, PPM being the popular metering reference in broadcast for balancing program material. The final view from the meter plugin is the real-time analyzer, or RTA. This view gives us a 31-band real-time analyzer graphic readout displaying the source material's frequency response between 20 Hz and 20 kHz. Via the second VPOT, we can interrogate each band independently to see real-time level information displayed at the top of the graph, as well as adjusting the scale top and bottom parameters via VPOTs 3 and 4 to narrow down our viewpoints like so. Moving to soft key page 2, we can then add further adjustment to the display, selecting peak hold time, RTA weighting options, and finally RTA averaging from real-time to fast, medium, slow, or infinite settings. The last of which is great for getting an idea of the tonal qualities of your entire mix. On the final parameter page, you can specify the analysis source, which defaults to left and right sum, but can be changed to be left only, right only, mid, or side.